What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Damn, this week going up quick. Um, I hope all you're having a great day so far. Okay, let me get down to this shit. This episode of GH was good. Carly and Madeline. I'm gonna get to them in a second, but let me just first get to Silas, Sam, and Nathan. One word about that for me describes their entire scene today. Boring. Moving on. Anyway, Madeline and Carly. Oh my good God. The two of them having scenes together. I'm sorry, but Madeline and Carly look like they could be mother and daughter. I'm serious. That's how I felt when I seen their scenes today. And they were just sitting there talking to each other about what their problems are and stuff like that. Madeline was telling her about her son-in-law, which is Silas, but she didn't name names. And so Carly was talking about Michael and AJ, and so then that's when Nathan came in talking to Madeline about her trying to get Silas to sign over his wealth, to sign over his inheritance, his claim to Nina's money, and her, burglarizing his apartment. And she claimed she didn't do it. And according to Madeline, Nina is dead. She had to tell, Nathan that his sister died. So anyway, moving on. Brad and Lucas. The thing about Brad and Lucas is I really don't care for them as a couple, if they are together or not. I can understand where Lucas is coming from. Like, he's very pissed with Brad for the part that Brad played in this. But I have to come to the defense of Brad on this one, because I feel like Brad is not all that to blame for all of this. Like, he was pretty much looking out for his career. He didn't really want to know every little detail about what Obrecht and Britt were planning. And besides, have you not seen Obrecht? She is a scary woman. Apparently, she threatened the guy. So, of course, he was going to be afraid. He does have a conscience. He felt guilty about it. He wanted to tell the truth. But, at the risk of being brought up on charges, going to jail, losing his job that he worked hard to get, he didn't want to lose that. I can understand that, but I still think he's wrong. But the blame, I think Brad should get at least maybe 5-10% of the blame. The rest of that should go to Britt and her mama. That's where all that blame goes. And you can't really be upset with Brad too much, because I'm really not upset with Brad. Not that much, I'm not. Because it wasn't like it was his idea. None of this was his idea. He was just the lackey. Can't really blame the lackey. Not really. So Brad gets a pass from me. He gets a pass. So anyway, Dante and Lulu, they run upstairs to go get Ben. I wish they would change that boy name. I was never too fond of the name Ben. I feel like that name is too generic. Like, name him Rocco. Something. Give him a good, exciting name. Ben, I just think that's too old school. It's too regular. It really is. So Obrecht is telling them that she's not handing over the baby and told them to get out of her way. So she pulls out Helena Cassadine's dagger and basically threatens to harm the baby if they don't move. If I was Dante, I would have called that bitch bluff, because I don't think she would have harmed no baby. Hell no, she wouldn't have. She already knows if she harms that baby, she's done. She's going to prison for the rest of her life, and she's never getting out. So I would have called her bluff. But Lulu didn't want Dante to call her bluff. I can understand where Lulu coming from, but you could see Dante was shaking. Like, Dante was mad as fuck. I see that Corinto side was coming out in him. Now, Dante being a cop, wouldn't he carry his gun with him at all times? Because normally cops, they don't carry their service weapon, but normally they carry a little backup gun with them, like a little pistol or something, a small, a little Saturday night special. something, in their shoe. Because I notice a lot of cops do that when they're off duty. They normally take a little gun with them, not their service weapon, but they normally take their backup gun with them because you never know what can happen. So I think that was stupid of Dante. Like, I would have at least brought my gun. He could have got a clear, trust me, he could have shot her a lot quicker than she could have raised that dagger. I'm telling you. But I wouldn't have risked the baby though. But I would have aimed for the head personally. But they let her leave or whatever. Elizabeth, she was at her house or whatever with Rick, and Rick was telling her that she deserves better. Personally, I think Rick is wrong. I think Liz deserves nothing. I'm not too fond of the bitch because everything she does is self-serving, so I really could care less about her judgmental ass. Rick, my word of advice to Rick: do not get sucked back in with Elizabeth. Please don't. It will ruin you. And trust me, any relationship Liz ever has with anyone will ruin you. But she still hung up on Nicholas or whatever, even after he basically told her to get the hell out of his house. Anyway, Nicholas, I love the scenes between Nicholas and Britt. He went the fuck off on Britt. But I think Nicholas was valid in everything that he said. I hate when people say that she stole Ben from them. I don't really see that. Some people say that she kidnapped Ben. Now, that's a lie. She did not kidnap Ben because, first of all, she stole an embryo. She did not steal a child. There's a difference between an embryo and a child. There's a difference. She's not guilty of kidnapping because she never kidnapped Ben. She stole an embryo. That's way different. Ben wasn't even a product yet when she took that embryo. So therefore, she cannot be charged with kidnapping or stealing a child. Stealing basically is saying, stealing a child is the same thing as kidnapping. But in my personal opinion, but she never kidnapped him because she stole an embryo, not a child. It's completely different law. So she cannot be arrested for those charges, but she can be arrested for stealing those embryos. That she can be. And apparently on the next episode, she will be arrested, which I can understand and I completely agree with because the law is the law. But I hate the way people sit on this show acting like they never did nothing wrong before. I'm not excusing Britt by any means. I just hate the fact that Britt blames her mother for every little thing. She tries to pass the buck, and then she brings up Maxie, and I'm like, Britt, stop it, please. Stop bringing up your mother. Stop bringing up Maxie. You just take responsibility for your part is what you need to do. Don't keep blaming everybody else. You have to take responsibility for your shit. That's what you do. And I feel like, that's what pissed Nicholas off. But what irritated me was the fact that he talking about the only person that told me the truth was Elizabeth. Here we go. Now he's defending Elizabeth now. I'm like, weren't you just the one 24 hours ago that kicked this bitch out the house? And now you're defending her? And now he tells Britt that their engagement is off and had the nerve to want the ring back. I was like, that's tacky of Nicholas. I can understand he's upset, but why would you want the ring back? Let her keep the ring. What you gonna do with it? Take it back to the store and get your money back? Hell, you got billions of dollars. We'll just let her keep the damn thing and let her sell it so she could pay for her lawyer. Even though she don't need the money, she is a doctor for now, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna lose that. And basically told her to get the hell out of his house. So he was basically, grabbing her, physically removing her from the property when Dante and Lulu ran downstairs telling them that Obrecht took the baby. So all hell is about to break loose. Damn, I think that's everything that actually happened on this episode. Matter of fact, that's the only thing interesting that it really happened on this episode. The only parts I really cared about today were the Britt Nicholas showdown. That's all I cared about for this episode. Other than that, this episode was dry. Because I don't really care about what the hell Silas and Sam are talking about. I really don't. Other than that, this whole episode was mediocre at best. But anyway, I hope all you have a great day. Hopefully Britt can come up out of these charges And if I were Nicholas, I would tread lightly if I were him. Because trust me, like I said, Britt has a nice side to her, but she has an evil side to her. And if Nicholas do and say the wrong thing, that evil is going to come up out of her. And trust me, Nicholas, you do not need her as an enemy. Watch your back. Because trust me, I think people underestimate Britt because she can be evil when she wants to be. And Nicholas might hit the wrong switch with her. So you might want to chill out. But what pissed me off was the simple fact that he said she's just as worse as her mother. I beg to differ on that one, because trust me, Britt is nothing like Obrecht. Not in any way, shape, or form. Obrecht is worse. Trust me, I'd rather deal with Britt than Obrecht, because Britt has a conscience. Obrecht does not. Obrecht is the type of person, she gets what she wants by any means necessary. She goes way over the line. Britt has a conscience. She thinks before she does. That's what I like about Britt. You know, at least she has a guilty conscience. Obrecht, please. She would shoot a baby and not even give a damn about it. She wouldn't even have a second thought. I mean, hell, she was very intent on harming that baby and she didn't even care. So to me, Britt is nothing like her mother. But anyway, I hope all of you have a great day. I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day.